Hey, to close out our Ignite rounds this year, we have Cortney Weinbaum, who is the Senior National Security Researcher at RAND Corporation. Cortney, who's also on INSA's advisory committee, is going to discuss the topic integrity.
Good afternoon. I'm not a tall person like John. I recently had the opportunity to talk with a retired senior official under Chatham House rules. You know his name, and some of you in this room actually worked with him. I asked him, with all of the seriousness that I use to talk with you here today, to please tell me the difference between bravery and stupidity. He could tell by my face that I was not joking. Given the seriousness of the conversation we had just had in the room a moment earlier, everyone in the room was waiting for his response. I had spent months trying to figure out the answer, and I was looking for wisdom anywhere I could find it. I explained in a room in front of my colleagues that I worry that when the time comes, I will not know the answer. I worry I might make the wrong choice. He thought about it. The room was silent. He thought about the difference between bravery and stupidity, and he said, I would ask myself whether my grown children would be proud of me. So why was I asking this possibly brave, possibly very, very stupid question to a room of people who I had a lot of respect for and looked up to? Earlier this year, I was faced with a decision about whether to stick my neck out. I had information that I felt was important to share with senior leaders. I had the data and the analysis to support my findings. And I knew that this analysis would not be welcome nor well received. I searched very hard for excuses to walk away. I tried to make this a difficult decision. I tried to find excuses for why someone else should be the bearer of bad news. Why must it be me? The project was a team effort. Surely someone else on the team could stick their neck out instead of me, right? I knew the answer before I finished the question in my head. It was my analytic methodology. It was my leadership of the team. And it was my decisions that led our research and analysis down the path that it took. No one had a better grasp of the information and the data and analysis than I did. I could not cower, waiting for someone else to do a job that I did not want to do. A chilling question ran down my spine. What if my entire organization, thousands of people, are targeted because of my decision? It might not just be me who feels the consequences. And so I started thinking a lot about integrity and what it means to me. Before this year, I used to define integrity as what we do when no one is looking. And maybe that is a part of it. Maybe integrity is the actions we take when no one is around to congratulate you for doing the hard thing. No one witnesses your sacrifice or the personal risk you take on for doing the thing that you did because you knew it was the right thing to do. I've thought a lot about what a friend of mine, Joe Garton, told me. Joe is the former dean of the Sherman Kent School, and he once told me that integrity is the distance between what we say and what we do. I like his definition, that if we want to claim integrity, what we say about ourselves and our values must be mirrored in our actions. This year, though, I've discovered a whole new dimension of integrity that is completely missed by both my definition and Joe's. In this third version, integrity is not about what we do when no one's looking, and it's not about what we say we would do. It's about what we do when everyone is looking. It's that moment of hesitation before we speak up in a conference room where the door is closed and we're surrounded by peers and leaders whose respect we crave. It's the hairs on the back of my neck that silently scream, "Am I sure this is a good idea?" We see all three types of integrity every day in the intelligence community and across our industry. In my old definition, when integrity is what we do when no one is watching, Integrity is properly using tradecraft to cite sources, not cherry-picking data, conducting objective analysis, and so on, even when you know the analytic process won't notice the difference. In Joe's definition, integrity is the intelligence officer who adheres to analytic standards rather than simply telling their employees that that's what they should do. In the third definition, when we need to choose whether to stand in front of peers and leaders or not, integrity is which products are briefed to the senior leaders, which analysis gets shared up the corporate ladder, and whether we say the things that someone does not want to hear. This is the integrity. This is the version of integrity where we are in a conference room with the door closed, someone makes an underhanded comment about a colleague's race, gender, or religion. Do we speak up at every instance, or do we choose our moments so we might continue to be invited back into the rooms where we can influence change from within? The integrity that I have struggled with is when the stakes are at their highest. What is the difference between an act of bravery and stupidity? If we deliver our assessment of the business situation or the intelligence using language that is more palatable to our audience, we're convincing ourselves that the audience will be more likely to hear us. Have we ensured that the message was received? Or have we watered down our own analysis and undermined our own analytic assessment? When is the moment to speak truth to power? When is falling on one's sword brave? And when would it have been smarter to live to die on another sword on another day? What if the ramifications of my decision are felt by hundreds or thousands of people, colleagues, who did not get a vote in my decision? I do not think there is a one-size-fits-all situations answer to any of these questions. So I can merely tell you how I answered for myself in my recent situation. I asked myself, if my actions or my lack of action were to become public and my worst fears were realized, would I be proud of what I did or ashamed? My children are still too young to understand mom's job, but one day they will be grown up. Would they be proud of me for what I did? I have decided that professional bravery is not about picking every fight. I've had colleagues over the years who were disappointed when I failed to die on a particular hill, and that's okay, they're entitled to those feelings. For me, integrity is a combination of knowing which hills are worth fighting on and dying on, and knowing that eventually, even if it's not until the documents are declassified in my grandchildren's generation, we will be held accountable for everything we said and everything we failed to say. As for me, if anyone wants to know about the situation where I stuck my neck out there, if you want all the details, you're welcome to come find me after this talk in about 25 to 50 years from now. Thank you very much.